TTB Show viewers on YouTube, welcome. My name is Manga Makubu. I'm just chilling today. I'm chilling with the technocrat. He's making his debut after a long time. Simnenga sitting. Woza Ngwane. Ulefate will always call him the University of Ngwane. Ngwane, welcome to the TTB Show YouTube channel. Kunjani Skoko?
When how are you, my brothers? I'm happy to be back live on our YouTube channel.
Aware Coco. Let us run back Coco Sam just in Skulumenje Kaiser Chiefs. Your own observation of that particular game that we won 1-0 with that Pane Tito. What is your observation or what did you see in that in particular game in face?
No, it was a very good display of South African football, especially when it comes to the fans. The atmosphere was really good. And the game also, it had all the ingredients that we were looking for. We saw Parrot creating so many chances, but they were unable to convert. And we saw also the tactical genius of Coach Napi, especially how he made sure that Parrot could not play through the center and closing those passing lanes, which were forcing Parrot to play wide. And when we do that, he had a pressing traps. And you see Pulemodi trying to press Usesane from the side, and he kicked that ball out of rush, and they got an opportunity where they nearly scored early. But from there, it was Parrot now a wave after wave trying to attack. And fortunate, they say lucky come to those who work for it. And Parrot were pushing until the last a minute of the match, and we got that penalty, which it was a penalty, and Tito showing his level of maturity, and that is never scared of anything, taking such a penalty in a big game. It's something unique, not so many players can do that. Out of 90,000 people, where there's also former head of state, there's ministers and everyone, and to count South Africans at large and to take such a penalty. That penalty can either make you or break you. If they save that penalty, you are dead. Your career is gone. And if you score it, then it negates your career to show how brave he is. So spectacle of a game, and we really enjoy the game, especially the tactical display from the both sides, how the game was penned out. We could see that Nabi is a really genius coach, and fortunately going forward, he will try and implement whatsoever that he implemented with Parrot, especially defending his goals, because they concede a lot.
No, 100% Ngwane. There was a lot of tactical in that particular game. People are saying was boring, but for us technocrats, tactically there's a lot that we learn, as well as the right back and the left back. How they pinned our wingers and showed that they don't play. That was very, very interesting. But moving Izolo Ngwane, Izolo, Orlando Pirates scraped through. A Peter Mokapa, the old Peter Mokapa Stadium, with a 2-1 score. There wasn't much tactically that I saw, but the only thing that I noticed was also the midfield backline, because they had four of the midfielders inside. Ramila, who was the right winger, came inside and formed that four. It was always a 4v3 trying to block Orlando Pirates to play through the middle, but which is something that everybody does. But if you look at the results, they favor Orlando Pirates. But for you, what was your observation of that particular match? And did Orlando Pirates deserve to win that match, score?
If you win, it means you deserve to win. There's nothing that you don't deserve it. Because now look at what Parrot does in these days. They want to get an early goal when the match, and they want to get an early goal when the match also resumes second half, or they want to get a late goal on the match. So if you check, they either score on the first minute until the 15 minute, or they score early second half, or they score late. So that shows that the message is clear that when we go there, we must impose our game and try to get an early goal, which is what we've been doing lately. Either score early or we score late. So Parrot has grown. They've made sure Champions League has come in handy, because in Champions League, there are games that you should win, not playing your best football, but you just make sure that you keep your shape and your tactical discipline, and you capitalize on the chances that you get. I can make an example with the game against Al Ahly playing away. We were not playing our best football, but you won that game. Against is it SuperSport United, our opening game when Charlie scored that crack, Saleng scoring the last header. Same applies. I can count so many goals that Parrot you say when from the point of view of a viewer that want to be entertained about beautiful football and say they are playing boring game or they are scraping the result. But truly speaking is that the players have grown here. They've matured. They know which sometimes you don't have to play well to win games. You just have to make sure that you keep your tactical discipline, you keep it clean at the back, and you capitalize on your chances. And what I like about Paris now, there are two elements that I like. The first one is that we're a difficult team to score against, and we are also a difficult team to defend because there's no game that we will play and not score. It's only few games where we've had a 0-0 a draw. It means that Paris, they can score, and also it's difficult to score against them. That's why we've kept so many clean sheets and conceded less goals, because there's only one game in this season where we've conceded more than one goal. We've conceded only two, the maximum. So that shows that Paris is a big team. But hey, hands up to Sipho Mbule. That guy, special. I just want to say wow to Sipho Mbule. He's very good. He's a genius. I just
Mm.
love how we control that, how we are so calm and bossing it around, and he made sure with you Tito, with his pressman of Fuking, hey, many times you were just dribbling past them
Mm.
with his first touches and his one gets to wonder if he goes back to Sundowns, or Parade gets him, or Kaiser Chief gets him, what is going to happen to his career. But the guy, there was an interview I saw of Linda Mtambo saying that the guy has about 8 eyes here and this side and this side. We could not take the ball out of his foot. He was so brilliant. He was controlling that midfield. Yeah.
And people were saying Orlando Pirates does not control games. Ulindo always says when he does interviews that Orlando Pirates does not control games. And if you've noticed, I also noticed that it looks like our Coach Jose, has moved away from wanting to control a match. But what he wants is to control the result. But what's your assessment around that, one?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I think it's what I'm saying to say. Now the message is clear that we must be a team that is able to score and a team that is able to defend very well. Because mostly, if we keep ball position and it does not hurt the opponent, then it's fruitless, because this is a game that is based on result. But if we play football, a faster football, that we are able to reach the opponent's half and kill the game within the few seconds, or the first few minutes of the game, or the last minutes of the game, it shows that we've matured, because it doesn't take one a ball position for a game to be won. I'll make an example with US football, European football. You look at how Newcastle played yesterday against Arsenal. You check how the Arsenal was controlling the game, but who won at the end of the game? It's Newcastle, because they were able to be tactically disciplined at the back, and they were able to also capitalize on the few chances they will get. So it's what Jose Rivero has also enforced to this player, to say you don't have to play good, but you have to have a tactical discipline at the back and make sure that you don't concede a lot of chances. That is why you see China only making 2 or 3 big saves in a match of 90 minutes. And also, when you look at us on the other side, the other keeper is going to have more shots to face and will be able to crack through their defense and get those shots and get those goals. So it's not a matter of keeping the ball so much and controlling the whole match, but it's a matter of controlling the result, making sure that we are clean at the back and we capitalize on our chances. And we've grown from strength to strength. And I'll say big up to also playing Champions League football, because it teaches you that in such games, sometimes you don't have to play beautiful, but you have to get the result and grind the result, especially playing away. Because if you look at Paris, before, these are types of games that will easily won or lost, But now you could see that the players have matured, they've grown psychologically, they're becoming bigger players, they've got a bigger heart now. They know how to fight for each other. And we've got players that will keep us on the game. You look at that save by China yesterday, where he kept us on the game. You look at the blocks of Usbisi, you look at Makhaula the last 5 minutes, running with the ball, you wouldn't say he's 34 years old, but that's what I said. We care now about the result more than anything. It's not a matter of controlling the game. So that comes with the experience of Champions League football.
No, 100% one. If it was last season, the game against Sekhukhune, we could have easily lost. But let's move now. Orlando Pirates is facing Sundowns over the weekend. At Loftus Stadium. In fact, how does Orlando Pirates beat Sundowns? Because these guys, they seem not to, they are a point machine. All they do, they just score. They don't concede. How does Orlando Pirates approach this game and actually win one? Because it's very, very critical for Orlando Pirates to beat Sundowns and stop them from opening a gap at the moment. Because if I'm not mistaken, they are 3 points ahead of Orlando Pirates. But how do you stop these guys?
Yeah, I think they are 6 points ahead with the game in hand. So now it's very simple. I think I trust Jose Riv. That guy is a tactical genius, you know, and I believe that even using the same players, he can be able to play a different style, you know, that will accommodate the match that he's playing. He does not approach each and every match the same way, especially playing against big teams or in big games. If you look at how we're going to play, I think now my worry is only Cesar at the back, and when people to say, is he fit enough to also make sure that when we initiate the play at the back and those diagonal balls that we normally play? Because what we're going to do, we're going to cheat the Sundowns because we'll allow their fullbacks to come to us, you know. And when we allow their fullbacks to come to us, then one between Mfukeng and also Hotto, which I believe is the one that is going to play on the right hand side of our attack. But Hotto, not much of Hotto. I think the person that's going to cheat, it should be Mfukeng and Maswangai. They should be fine on the lines, making sure that they stretch the ground because sometimes their players are pegged in the middle. You know, that's where they play. So if we stretch them and cheat their fullbacks and make sure that whenever we get the ball, our transition are so quick that we are able to stretch them and play wide to our players like Mfukeng, who has a very good first touch. I think you've noticed that. I think now to me, after Kama Billiard, he's the second player that has a very good first touch. So we cheat them on the side, we allow their full backs to come to us, and then we capitalize on those chances. Where I believe also Mahopa will come in here in holding up the play at the top and making sure that he links very fast between Fuking and also Umaswangai, allowing Hotto also to join with his speed. So if we could just increase our speed of transition, and I think we're going to have a very good game and allow Mbata and Makhaula to just shield our defense and make sure that they close also the passing lanes that Ripero likes to operate on. They have spaces and also who Allen they like to operate on. And then we just make sure that we play wide, we don't play inside. We're going to hit them definitely. That's how also Pologane City won against them and Stellenbosch to make sure that you play wide, to play quick transitions, then we're gonna hit.
No, 100% one. We always know Gutu Jose in this particular big games, he always have got an element of surprise. I'm just wondering which one is going to use. But before Zvale Ngwane, which are the key players from both teams, or most of the dangerous players, or the players that can influence the results of the match?
I think that one is obvious. Mamelodi Sundowns, Ripero is going to cause us a lot of
Obvious.
problems, and I wish we can prepare with Makhaula, and Makhaula must make sure that he man marks him. Whenever he's on the ball, Makhaula must be next to him. You know, he must not allow him to turn. He must not allow him to think. He must do what normally Mayela used to do when Utembazwane was still on his peak, or when he was still playing. Mayela used to Tembazwane to make sure that he pushes him back at his own half where he's not dangerous. So Ripero is going to control that. Also, with Ushalulile, he's back on form. He's pressing very well. He's scoring goals. So he may decide the match, and he need one chance to score the goal. So I think between Ripero and Ushalulile, we're going to. Those are players that Sundowns are going to make sure that they win the game for them. And when it comes to Parades, it's obvious. It's also Tito Maswanga would like to control the game, hold the ball so much, try to attack and make sure that Parades is calm at every time whenever Sundowns is attacking us more. And you've got the likes of Fuking that are also have that tactical genius who can and technical ability to kill the game alone, you know. So with Tito and Fuking on Parades side and that other side to Shalulile and Repero, those are players which I think could affect this game and affect the results. Thank you.
What is your prediction of this particular match?
It's a 1-1 draw.
Avusa Bangwane. TTB show and YouTube viewers, thank you so much. That was the University of Ngwane. We will bring this guy back for more. Aye, yeah. Danko.